In recent years, world politics has entered a period of deep realignment, with countries quietly reshaping their alliances in response to changing global realities. One of the most striking shifts is the way India has started edging closer to China and Russia, two powers it once kept at a distance. What once looked like an unshakable partnership between New Delhi and Washington now shows cracks, as India explores new options that might suit its long-term interests better. This is not a sudden change, but a gradual repositioning driven by trade pressures, energy needs, and strategic distrust of American promises. A major signal came when Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi traveled to New Delhi this August, meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar. The trip, covered widely by Indian and Chinese media, was described by Beijing as constructive and by New Delhi as forward-looking. Wang reportedly carried a personal message from President Xi Jinping, inviting Modi to attend the upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit in Tianjin. Such outreach shows that China sees India as more than a rival. It sees it as a potential partner in shaping Asia's future order. India's interest in this opening is not difficult to understand. Both India and China have faced economic blows from U.S. tariffs in recent years. Former U.S. President Donald Trump imposed steep duties on Indian steel and aluminum exports, while also intensifying a trade war with Beijing. According to Reuters, these restrictions highlighted the vulnerabilities of both economies, as heavy reliance on the American market left them exposed. This frustration has pushed New Delhi and Beijing to consider ways of reducing their dependency on Washington's policies. At the geopolitical level, India has grown uneasy about its place in the U.S.-backed Quad alliance, which includes Japan and Australia, because Washington's commitments have not always matched New Delhi's security concerns. India was alarmed when the U.S. invited Pakistan's Army Chief, General Asim Munir, for high-level talks earlier this year, signaling that Washington still sees Islamabad as a partner. Analysts in The Hindu noted that such moves have revived doubts in India about whether America can ever be a consistent ally in its regional battles. On the Chinese side, distrust of the U.S. runs even deeper. Washington's military patrols in the South China Sea, its open support for Taiwan, and bans on major Chinese tech companies like Huawei have convinced Beijing that America seeks to contain its rise. The Guardian reported that Chinese leaders see the Quad not as a defensive grouping, but as a coalition designed to restrict their influence. For China, strengthening ties with India, Russia, and Iran is a way to counterbalance U.S. power and secure its own sphere of influence. Russia remains the backbone of this emerging bloc. Despite heavy sanctions after the invasion of Ukraine, Moscow has kept its energy exports alive by selling oil at discounted prices. India has sharply boosted imports of Russian crude, despite repeated warnings from Washington, while China remains Moscow's top energy buyer. Al Jazeera reported that this cooperation has softened the blow of sanctions and created a new economic axis centered on energy security, linking Moscow, Beijing, and New Delhi. Iran is also becoming a crucial part of this alignment. For India, Tehran is essential because of the Chabahar port, which provides direct access to Afghanistan and Central Asia without relying on Pakistan. For China, Iran offers not only oil and gas, but also a key position in its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. With Iran edging closer to full SCO membership, the Financial Times observed